have two new things to show you today. I have the new Custard Scents Pearl 16-piece brush set, which is this gorgeous synthetic brush set. Really impressed with them so far from what I can tell just from using them for this look. And I also have the new Olay CC Cream Pore Minimizer to try out. So yeah, just wanted to show them pretty much in action and a first impressions as we go along. If you want to see another video, kind of like what I did with the Zoeva brush set, showing all these brushes more individually, so like a quick review and show and tell or whatever, let me know in the comments below. But in the meantime, just keep watching. There'll be a full list of products below and on the blog as usual. And I'll leave all relevant links and all that kind of crack below as well. So cheers guys. So I'm just going to fire this lid on and see how it looks. It says that you can use it either as a primer or as, you know, alone, so it'll be interesting to see what the coverage is. I'll just use that amount, which is probably too much because it's quite a thick formula, so a lot comes out. And I'm going to use the Kabuki Sculpture brush from the brush set and use that as my foundation brush. Even though these are really fluffy brushes, they are all synthetic, so technically they shouldn't absorb too much product. I actually need more product there, so a little doesn't really go a long way, and there doesn't seem to be like loads in my brush or anything like that, so I'll just go ahead and throw a little bit more on. So it's very light coverage. That's fine, I'll just use it as a primer, I'd say. So there's absolutely like feck all coverage out of that. It definitely wouldn't be anything I'd use as a base, like as a foundation. I definitely would only use it as a primer. I can't even tell if it's like minimised the look of my pores or anything like that, so I'd say it'll be just something I'll need to try a few times. But because it does contain that niacinamide ingredient, which is an amazing ingredient for normalising pore shape and stuff like that, it's probably the kind of thing that you'll just have to use continuously and use it for a while to notice much of a difference. But anyhow, I'm going to pop some under eye concealer on just to have something around the eyes. And I'll use this guy here, which is the concealer brush. I don't even usually love using these kind of padded brushes for concealer, but I might as well just give it a go. But it is actually a really nice brush. It's done a really good job, even though it's just like your generic kind of concealer brush. Now I'm just going to pop some Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion onto my lids as well. I'll pop it onto the back of my hand first and then just use the same brush to stick it onto the lids. I'm just putting some underneath the lower lash line as well, considering it's going to be quite a smoky eye. Next I'm going to go in with just some translucent face powder and the blender brush, or the blending brush, and use that underneath my brow bone. I'm always interested to see how these synthetic blending brushes do with eyeshadow, because I usually always just use them with cream products. And I'm just going to put something a little bit shimmery, this highlight from my Face Form palette by LetzMakeup, into the inner corner. I'm just going to be lazy and use whatever's on my desk, so I want to go quite dark with my smoky eye. I have this Zoeva palette on my desk, and I think I want to use this colour here, which is Matte 340. It's like a really dark, what colour would you call that? In my head I'm just thinking of Plumage by MAC, but it's just a really dark, I can't think of what that's called. Teal? No, it's not even teal. It's just like a bluey green, but like a blackened bluey green. I don't know, what's that called? I'm just having a total brain fart here. I can't think of the name of that colour. But anyhow, I am going to use, it's no kind of normal size eyeshadow brush in here, like, you know, kind of like the MAC 239 or anything like that. The closest thing really is, that's a bit too big. I'll probably try this guy, which I think is the small shader. There's no big shader though, or normal shader. No, that seems to be like the only shader, but anyhow, I'm just going to pick that up and tap off any excess, and I'm going to apply that to the main part of the lid. I'm just going to follow the curve of my natural crease line as well until I decide what I'm doing with the eye. So just leaving it inside that semicircle. And I'll pop a little bit underneath the lower lash line as well. This will look weird now, I'd say, until I have eyeliner in my waterline. And if I was doing a video on how not to do a smoky eye, I'd probably leave it here. I'm going to just pop some black in on the waterline before I go on. It'll help it look a little bit less weird. And this is the Wet n Wild pencil, which I am totally crushing over at the moment. Just one of their Colour Icon pencils. I have this Zoeva palette as well. This is the Retro Future palette. So I think I will use this to blow it out. Yeah, this guy here is Space Out. I am going to use the blending brush. Yeah, the blending brush. And I'm going to blend around the edge of that. But I'll add a little bit more of the INGLOT colour in a minute to bring it above the crease. This is just going to work kind of as a transitionary colour. And then just using the same brush, I'm going to pop back into the dark greeny colour. I'll just call it like a dark green. And then just use that above the crease to make it a little bit more smoky. I'm going to blow out underneath that lower lash line as well. So bring it fairly far down. And then I'll quickly go back into Space Out from the Zoeva palette and use that just around the edge again. And then with this small, it's called the Eye and Brow Angle Brush, I think. I'm going to go into this black colour. It's just a matte black eyeshadow, and use that underneath the lower lash line, like right in up against the lashes. And I'll do the same over the top lash line as well, focusing it mainly on the outer corner. Sometimes I think when you wear like proper eyeliner over a smoky eye, it takes away from the smoky effect. This is the tapered powder brush, and it is so soft on the face. It's just lovely. It just feels gorgeous on the skin. So I think that's my favourite one so far. And then just make sure I pop a little bit more of this in the inner corner. And now I'm just going to heap on tons of mascara. So this is my In Extreme Dimension Lash by MAC. This is the extra black one, I think, or whichever the darkest one is. I think this is it. And I'll do top and bottom lashes this time.